Thank you, Richard. And now it's my turn. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm continue with the presentation, and now I move on to the issues we found out in the literature review. So totally, we found out about five things about this career transition of professional immigrants. First one is identity negotiation is a vital process for them. So this means this acculturation and assimilation. So people from outside of this country first come to a new place. They need to integrate our own country's culture to this new culture in both lifestyle and work-related context. So one quite simple example is that in China, we actually drive on the right side of the road, but here is on the left side. So if you don't adjust yourself to that, it's going to be very dangerous. So you can see many news on the newspaper said the car crash. So they didn't adjust that well. And another is in New Zealand, this Maori culture is quite special. And we need to respect their culture and their indigenous knowledge when we work with them. So this does things for professional immigrants they need to improve. And another thing is status of liminalities and the resilience. So during this career development. So when they come to a new country, they want to continue with their professional career. However, there are many difficulties they're gonna face. So like they do not have working experience in New Zealand, so it's quite difficult for them to find a job first. And also, sometimes the English is not enough good for them. And also, the professional certifications they gained from China cannot be used in this new country. Like me, the registered nurse, I cannot work as a registered nurse here. So all those obstacles they faced will stop them to find their own professional area related work. So what they do, normally most of them come here first to do the job, whatever they can find, because they need that money to support their life. So this is the liminalities and the resilience they faced. And the next one is identification with the perceived mainstream professionalism. And this one actually revealed the one reason why many professional workers in China move to another country, because China is still a developing country. And they noticed the gap in their professional area between China and other advanced countries. So they feel that their career development is quite limited. So they want to improve themselves and improve their skills. So they choose to come outside and to learn more new things. And the next is the disconnection with Chinese social networks. You know, in China, social networks is quite important. So an example is that if I have a really good relationship with my boss, then I probably can get promote faster than my colleagues. And so if I can have a quite good relationship with Alexandra, then probably I can have a higher score, for the work back in China. So this is the situation. But I know here it's not going to happen. So when those professional immigrants move outside, it means for them they need to cut down their social networks. Some of them they feel this is a positive change, but others they not. So this is one aspect of how those immigrants gonna face. And the last one is the variety of reasons of successful transition of career development. And this one actually, some of the study, they interview those immigrants who actually have a smooth and faster career transition in another country. So they want to find out why. And there are several reasons. One is this positive attitude and personality. And another one is they actually continue to develop their skills and resources. And the last is their family support. So all those things could help them to improve their experience. So we present our issues to Alex, and Alex, depend on those issues, she gave us 10 questions, and we're going to use those questions in our dialogues. And I'm not going to just read through these questions. I put those questions on the course debate graph. So if you're interested, you can look at those questions on the course debate graph. So what are the remaining steps for our outcome? And first, we need to answer those questions on course debate graph. So you can see the bubbles over there. And I didn't trust research to do that, so I did all the jobs on the course debate graph to just ensure he's not messing it up. So another thing is we need to, as long as we answer those questions, we can start to write our articles. And also, we need to contact with this Journal of Chinese Overseas, to ask about what are their requirements of publishing our paper. And also, we need to present our work at the seminar, which Richard has mentioned before, to get ourselves, to improve our paper work, and also to get ourselves ready before we have a formal academic conference meeting. So the reflective evaluation of the rest of the process. And like Richard said, when we get the direction step, we know what is the topic, exact topic we need to looking at. So we come back to look at those literatures we found, and we pick out those literatures which is related to our topics, and also we compare those literatures and find the same issues come from different articles, and then we use those articles to find out the questions we're going to ask each other in our dialogue interview. So this whole process is the judgment to coming to a conclusion. So now we got those questions we can use in our dialogue. So next gesture is action. So this is in the process of answering those questions, and we need to compare our own experiences with the findings in the literatures, so we can know what are the similarities and what are the differences. So we can use those in our dialogues. And so this action is creating our outcomes. And also, we also need to present our work in the seminar first. So this also is a test about our outcome. Is it going to work? Is there any improvement we can make? So then we can move on to the final part, the publishing our article. And although the whole sorry, I didn't mention we use the John Dewey's reflection and the reflective practice. Although the whole process actually is a circle, but the process is not just like follow each steps. We go forward and go backward again, like the picture drawn by Alexandra on the class. So the different red arrows, you can see they actually go everywhere. And we use our keywords to find the literatures. Then we found some of the we use the literature and gave it to Alexandra. She said we need to redefine our keywords. So we'll go back to the observation part again, and so it's like move forward and back. And also for the remaining steps, even though we are working on our questions, we still need to go back to observation to look at those articles, literatures we found to help us to answer those questions. And myself, first, in this process, I use a new approach to reflection and reflective practice. Before I choose this Chris John's reflective for my nursing practice, because I feel this is the a teamwork with Richard and Alexandra. So I feel if we use a same approach, it will be more effective. And also, this is a different area. It's not like a nursing practice. And so in a different context, I feel maybe I can change another approach and just try more different things to see which one is more effective for me. And actually, I found that this John Dewey's approach actually is more effective because it gives us a clear process of continued thinking process, and it directs our action. So we can know what we're going to do for each steps. And also, I find my suitable learning style have a clear direction and structure. So in each meeting, Alex drawn us this picture and tell us which one is what things we need gonna do for next steps. So with those clear direction and structure, we actually do for it more effectively. So I feel that this is the learning style I really preferred. And the last one is this outcome. Doing this article actually helped me to reflecting my own experience and my future professional development, because I am in this process of career transition in a new country. So if I look at others' experiences and compare with mine, I will know what problems I'm gonna face in the future and prepare myself. So this is my feel about this river of learning so far, and thank you. Any questions?
Any questions for Shanti?
Confidence now to try it.
You tell about a new approach to the self-reflection. Can you just tell something more?
The new approach. Yeah, before I was using the Chris Jones, and Chris Jones is a nursing reflective practice. Use different. It's like a divide. It's like to direct the nurses to do their job. But here I use this John Dewey's work. It's because this is. John Dewey's work is talking about a continuous thought process. So it will help you to follow each steps and to make sure where your thought is in the different process. So it's going to help you to move through this whole outcome. So, thank you. Yeah.
What you both reflected about yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing is working in collaboration.
Oh yeah.
And that is really tough, I think, from my own experience, because it's like being in a team, but it's more than that because you're collaborating. What kind of reflections have you had on that? Because I'm just guessing you're kind of forced together as well, in a sense. I'm just making assumptions.
Yeah, no, it's a really good question because we didn't mention that, and thank you for bringing that question and for me to answer that question. And yes, actually, Richard and me, we are quite different. I'm quite focused on the details, and he is focused on the whole structure. So actually, it's like for us, on the topics, we decide which one we're gonna go, and we have quite different opinions. For me, it's like we need just focus on the skilled immigrants, and he said actually because Chinese immigrants, they have the same experiences. We cannot just focus on one group of people, so we should go abroad. Then, because although we have different opinions about that, because we work together, look at the literatures, and we found that actually the literature is talking about different people's experience. They are not just focused on one particular group. So if I focus on one particular group, it's gonna not work. So actually, I use his, and use his thought, and also, I quite enjoy working with Richard because he's quite a wise man. He has very experiences, and so I really like to talk to him. So teamwork it's pretty awesome for me. Yeah.
Is it relevant to the two of you in your writing process that you have different careers?
Oh, we actually were talking about our experiences not only not just focus on our specializations. It's talking about this changing career experiences. So we are both Chinese people, and we come from and we move to a new country. So this experiences is the same. So it's not like although we have different specialization, different career, but it doesn't matter. So thank you.
So Richard, I would like to ask you to join Shenzhen again, and we can take an opportunity to ask you questions of both of you about all of the material that Richard and Shenzhen have used today.
Have you started writing your article, or are you in the preparation and research phase currently?
No, we're not started writing it now. So I just put all those questions on the debate graph because we are so busy working on the SEED 8000 assignment. So the next step, we're going to answer those questions and then start to write things.
Yeah, I'm going to start to answer those questions after I submit on 8000 assignment on Monday. Yeah, I will start to because Shenzhen still got another course to prepare for the exam. Yeah.
What do you imagine your time frame is for producing your article?
So we got almost 2 weeks.
To have the article written?
Yeah, I guess so. It's 26.
More than two weeks.
That's almost 2 weeks, less than 14 days. Yeah.
So the outcome for this paper is having that article written. It's not
Yeah.
the process of beginning to write the article or the researching the article.
That is the outcome. The final outcome is the article.
It's having the
Yeah,
article.
it's
Yeah.
the article.
Could you both explain to the class what a dialogue is and how it works? You've both read several dialogues now, so you understand what that is. But perhaps if you could, and how you're going to use the literature that you researched in the library in your dialogue. Yeah?
Yeah, well, it's like both of us gonna ask the questions to each others, and we talking about our own experience. We also use the literatures we found to support our argument, and also we also talk about the differences we have, which one is different from the literatures. So it's like a conversation with both of us, and also if Alex wants to join us, and then we actually write about this article is on our different response to the questions. So
Just like most of them, just like 2 parts, 4 parts we from literature review based on those things, and another thing based on our own experience. Like me, myself, and Shanshan, we got quite difference in the experience to come to this country. So yeah, we got quite a lot of question and to discuss, depending on our self experience. Yeah.
So the article would be mainly your experiences that you'll be recording in the form of those questions?
It's not only our own experiences. We also use the ideas from the literature, because although this is experience we experience, we also need to see we also can see this is other immigrants' experience as well. So it's not our own unique experience. So it's like a common thing happen, but we also have our different experience as well. So
How big do you imagine the article will be?
sorry.
What do you imagine the word count will be for the article?
Because this one we need to focus, we need to confirm with the journals, because if we want to publish them, we need to use their requirements, so structures and words. So they're gonna give us this recommendation. So we're gonna work on that.
Well, explain a little bit more here. Shenzhen and Richard considered a number of different journals and settled on one in particular in the end. And that journal generally it gives guidelines for certain kinds of articles, approximately what length they would be on their website. It doesn't give a guideline for how long the dialogue would be. This quite possibly will be the first dialogue that that journal is about. we've had to contact the journal and ask them if they would be happy with a submission of this nature and how many words approximately they would like. It'll probably end up about 4,000 words.
Any questions?
Richard, would you like to say anything more about the steps remaining that you'll be working on to complete the outcome? Shen has said quite a bit about the questions and how they relate to the literature. Is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to start to write answer the question from next week, and try to do as many as I can to finish this week, next week, so we can come together to discuss, to do any further, between of us when Shen got time. Yeah, because depend on what the circumstance, what she is on a final exam for other course. Yeah, the priority thing is I just start to finish to start answering the question, so I can probably at the same time I find another question or issues, so I just put them together. Yeah.
And also, we already contact with Mirella, and she said when you finish the general paper, then give the paper to her, and she will make sure we can have this presentation in this same time.
Great. Yeah. So I've got one more question for you both, but it relates to the material you're talking about in terms of reflection for the remaining process from here to when you finish the dialogue. You mentioned that you're going to use Christopher Johns as well as the Dewey approach, but that you find that there are some aspects of Christopher Johns' approach to reflection that are useful. So I'm going to ask you two questions in relation to that. The first is, what aspects specifically of Christopher Johns' work are useful? Because his work is very broad. Yeah? So which specific aspects of his approach? Because this will be very useful for the class. And the other is, and how will you be using that in the process of creating this dialogue? Or how would you imagine you could use it? So those, feel free to ask me the questions again.
I understand, but actually I said I used this cross-trans before the purpose, but now I choose John Dewey's approach. So it's not like I use them both.
Okay, so from here to finishing your outcome, which approach are you going to use?
John Dewey's.
John Dewey's.
Yeah,
okay.
Because
so the questions then are, what aspects in particular of Dewey's approach you think will be useful in the process of creating the dialogue?
Creating the dialogue. Yeah.
I'm putting you on the spot. This is a hard question.
It's very hard.
Yes, the creating the dialogue actually is action, and in John Dewey's work is that this action should be testing the hypothesis. So so use this action actually is gonna help us to test those questions are related to our experiences. Do we really want? Is these questions really help us to present our experiences? And so this is the action for us. So if we compare our own experiences and with the questions we have now, so it's gonna help us to figure out is this the proper outcome for our article. So I think this is the action we use John Dewey's action for this part.
This is the action phase. Yes, that's absolutely correct. And as you said before, of course, the phases, although they're presented in a circular way, they pop up.
Yeah.
So what you will find is that you'll take one of the questions that I've put to you, and you start the action process of answering that question. And as you are doing so, ideas will come.
Yeah, that's right.
Some ideas.
Yes, so we probably go back to
so
the observation part again, look at those answers, and then to bring those answers here and to the answer in the question.